in order of speaking, they are Ms. Tozer, is it pronounced? Okay. Ms. Diamond, Mr. Naham? Naham, okay, wrong end. Mr. Jones, Mr. Haas, Mr. Mendel, or this is Mendel, all right. Ms. Blanchette, and Mr. Bendo. And I'm going to do my best to rotate the order of speaking so that you'll all get a chance to be first. So we will begin with Ms. Tozer's opening statement.
What? No, that's okay. You guys hear me? Yeah, oh my God. I speak very loud. So I'm excited that I got to be #1. Oh my God, that's killing me right now. Okay, so first I just want to say hi. Thank you guys for having us, the League of Women Voters. This is now my second forum, so I'm just as nervous as the first one. No. So I just want to tell you a little bit about me for those of you who may not know. I've been living in Long Beach for about 23 years. I have 2 children, a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old that are both in the Long Beach Public School District. I'm a past PTA president. I love it here and I own a business in town. I'm also on the board of the Chamber of Commerce, which has been amazing to meet all other business owners, which are back over there. And you know, a big thing for me is this. I realize that there are a lot of things that are happening on our barrier islands, and people really need to be aware of what's happening, and we have to push things going forward. Like, what are we going to do? We have to work together. So I'm leading by example. Why? I am, oh God, I got 30 seconds ready. I'm a registered Democrat. I'm running on the Republican line because we have to work together with people that have the same goals and visions for the future. And for me, it's more about being proactive than reactive. You know, it's very scary for me to think that going forward, having my children grow up here and having the life that I have, if we were to get hit with a Category 2 hurricane, we might not return from that. And that's something that I just can't sit by and watch anymore. So this is why I'm running. Thank you.
Ms. Diamond.
Sure. Thank you. First of all, I just want to thank the League of Women Voters for putting together tonight's event and for, honestly, over decades-old practice of hosting impartial and unbiased and nonpartisan public forums that allow voters to hear from each of the candidates in a fair and even way. Since 2009, when I first moved to Long Beach, I watched our city come back from the brink of financial disaster as well as from a natural disaster. And there was one common thread. It was an administration that took fiscal responsibility seriously and wanted to ensure that we continued to grow and prosper in a safe and secure environment. Well, since I've been on the council for the last 7 months, I've had an opportunity to meet many of you. But for those who I haven't met, I'm an attorney. I work for the New York State Supreme Court. I'm a law secretary to Justice Leonard Steinman. Prior to that, I served both in-house and outside labor counsel, representing cities, towns, counties, school districts in their labor relations with their labor unions. So I understand. I've had a front row seat in what the largest part of a municipal budget is and what is necessary to go into fair and balanced budgeting. Since I've been on the council, I've had an opportunity to vote unanimously with all the members of the council for a balanced budget, a capital plan that continued to provide for infrastructure upgrades, as well as a CSEA deal that provided for fiscal certainty for both the members as well as our city. So thank you.
Okay, Mr. Jones.
Name.
Oh, name. Okay, I was looking at it again. Okay. Yes, please.
Thanks, Chris. Hello. I'd like to thank the League of Women Voters for organizing this forum. It's important to have all parties represented in the debate. Thank you all for taking the time to come out to participate in this process as well. I'm Joseph Mayhem, and I'm running for Long Beach City Council. I'm running as a Green Party candidate on the Green ticket. I'm running because I believe the role of representation must embrace our one-of-a-kind people and our one-of-a-kind barrier island compassionately. Our burdens cannot be kicked down the road to be our children's burdens. Our relationship to the environment can tell us a lot about the current health of our democracies, yet they are often treated as separate issues. When we do not protect the environment, we do not protect the right of all people to live healthy, happy, and free lives. Allison and I are fed up with the toxic pay-to-play culture in Long Beach. We are proud to declare that as Greens, we don't accept corporate or special interest contributions. Our grassroots campaign has illustrated how committed we are to addressing all of the city's dilemmas involving health, environment, and the economy. If elected on day one, I will work for the community and vow to expand and publicize our city's committee to ensure more community involvement. Please visit my website, josephnahem.com, and vote Green November 7th. Thank you again for coming out.
Now, Mr. Jones.
Hello, Chris. Sorry. I am Chris Jones. I've been living here for 31 years. I fell in love with Long Beach immediately. I fell in love in Long Beach. I recently bought a house here. I'm invested in Long Beach, but most importantly, I am concerned with the way Long Beach is going. As much as I love Long Beach, and as much as I am invested in Long Beach, because the Lord knows I'm quite invested right now, I am really concerned. And for a number of years, I've heard people in my generation say, we need someone who actually grew up here, who actually cares about the people from Long Beach to step up and make a difference. That wasn't happening. And for whatever reason, I decided to get in touch with certain people who got me in touch with the Long Beach Republican Committee, and I decided to go for this. And we have the election 8 days away, and you know, I consider myself and my teammates winners already. And just moving forward, our main things are ending corruption in City Hall, stopping the overdevelopment, and freezing taxes so we could have a better quality of life moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Haas?
Hi everybody, I'm Bill Haas. Thank you for allowing us to answer your questions tonight. Just a little bit about myself. I moved here only 20 years ago, so I hope you don't hold that against me. Educationally, I have a Bachelor of Science degree in Mechanical Engineering, and I have a Master's in Business Administration from Hofstra University. Professionally, I was an active duty helicopter pilot for 10 years, and then I finished up 10 years in the reserves and retired as a lieutenant commander. This isn't the same place I moved to 20 years ago. It's gotten worse. My taxes go up every year. I see what I pay for services go up every year without a corresponding increase in the level of service. And I see decisions at City Hall that make me scratch my head. So a friend of mine recommended that I come down to a Republican committee meeting, which I did. And I remember at the end of one of the meetings, the leader was just sitting in the corner lamenting the fact that the Long Beach resident is at the mercy of outside special interests. And right there, a fire was lit underneath me, because I'm not going to be at the mercy of anybody, and I don't think you want to either. And next thing I know, I'm running for city council, and I'm really excited because I got two great running mates, and we're going to hold the line on taxes, stop overdevelopment, and bring good government back to City Hall. And I'm going to make two promises. Number one, I will serve my full term, and number two, every decision I make will be based on whether it's ethical and whether it benefits the resident of Long Beach.
Thank you. Mr. Mendel?
Hi, first I want to thank the League of Women Voters and all the residents who attended tonight and those residents who will be watching on the video tape of this. My name is Scott Mendel. I've been a homeowner here in Long Beach for 14 years. I live here with my wife Karen and our beautiful daughter Ashley, who attends the Long Beach Public School System. I'm proud to be completing my second term. I've served a full first term, a full second term, and this is the end of my 6th year on the council. When I first was elected to the council, the city faced an unprecedented financial catastrophe. Then we followed up with Hurricane Sandy. I served as president of the council for 2 years during the critical time when we rebuilt after Sandy. I'm very proud of the record that we've achieved here, every park being restored, new parks being added like skate parks and dog parks, building the boardwalk back, everything that we've done to move the city forward. The city has become a showpiece for Nassau County and for Long Island. But there's still more work to be done, and that's why I'm running again. There are issues here that have been here for decades. Flooding, especially on the bay side of our city, parking, that we need new and creative solutions that we're going to continue to explore, and the archaic infrastructure that we really need to address that's been neglected for decades. So I'm running again for City Council because I don't think the work is completed yet. We've come a long, long way, and I wouldn't like to see us go backwards. So thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. And Ms. Blanchette.
Hi, thank you. Hi, my name is Alison Blanchette, and I am proud to be running on the Green Party line with Joseph Nahum. I went to school for public, obviously not organization. I went to school for urban studies and planning from Hunter College, and I went to grad school for public administration and public policy. I currently am the executive director of Long Island Streets, and I also partner with several other nonprofit organizations throughout the state. My work is generally on traffic safety, education, and a little bit of public policy. I'm also a not-for-profit lobbyist up in Albany and DC, where I lobby for about 5 years now on public health bills, increased trails, amending safe passing laws, basic transportation, just to make things safer for all of us and more accessible. So in Long Beach, I've been advocating via the Safe Routes to School program, where I serve on the committee. I run several events per year in traffic safety, mostly dealing with children in our schools, and I'm a member of several civic associations because I'm a big believer in civics as the backbone of our city. I see a few of my civic leaders there. Checks in the mail, John. So I've been going to city council meetings since about 2011, and I've been working with, but also standing up to City Hall. And what I would like to do is to actually serve on city council, and I'm being told to stop.
Thank you. And last but definitely not least, Mr. Mendel.
And we had a spill accident over here. Good evening. My name is John Mendel. I am a resident of the West End. I live there with my wife Linda. And can we get some paper towels, perhaps? So a little bit about myself. By profession, I'm a nuclear engineer. I started my career designing nuclear submarines for the U.S. Navy. I now work in clean energy technologies, wind and solar and other things, which would probably come in pretty handy considering there's a company that's proposing to build a massive offshore wind farm 18 miles that way. I am a veteran of the U.S. Navy. I served 6 years in the Navy. I once spent 4 months out at sea without seeing land, and I actually still like the ocean. If you're familiar with the movies on the beach, I hope everyone in this room is familiar with the movies on the beach in the summer. I started those, and I continue to organize those with a great group of people. I'm president of the West End Neighbors Civic Association. I was also appointed to a committee after Sandy to allocate out $25 million that the state had given Long Beach to rebuild resilient. And you may have heard about the bulkheading project for the North Shore. Myself and a few other people were the ones that initiated that project as part of that process. For the last 7 years, I've been on an advisory committee to the U.S. Secretary of Commerce to increase U.S. exports. And I guess just a little bit more on a local level, I've been to more city council meetings than I believe anyone on the city council right now. I've been going for years. I speak at a lot of them, and all my time's up.
Thank you. We'll now begin with the first question.